What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to another Colorist Carol video. This is a bigger video than the regular launch for Colorist Carol this month, and that's because I have 3 sets to show you all. We are going to start off with the Mismatched Summer collection. This is a set that launched last month in July. I did not get around to swatching it, or I didn't have it on hand, I should say. I was so very busy with Polish and Beauty Expo stuff, and we just won't talk about the summer. But I was so busy with that, I didn't get a chance to swatch them. And Carolina is so very sweet and asked me to. So I have those. I included it on this video. If I have dirty enabled you in any which way to purchase one of those or all of them, you'll be able to see them on this video. And then we're also going to see her new collections that are launching this weekend. So we have the Road to Fall set, which is lovely fall colors that, I don't know, I'm ready. School has already started for my oldest, so I'm already in the mindset of like fall, let's get ready for Halloween, let's get ready for the holidays. All that stuff's on the brain already. And then we have a limited edition trio, more information on that at the end, that is launching alongside all of these pretties and an additional polish to celebrate Carolina's 30th wedding anniversary. That is so amazing. Happy anniversary to you both. Here's to many, many more years. I can't even imagine getting to 30 years. That's awesome. My husband and I have been together for 18. And out of that, I think we've been married 10 years. It might be 11 years. I'm glad he's in the other room to not correct me or side eye me off camera, but it's been a really long time. So that's amazing. And again, congratulations. So without further ado, let's dive in and check out the swatches. Kicking this off with the Mismatched Summer collection. These are $12.50 each, or you can get the full collection for $110. We are going to begin this with one of the more difficult polishes I have swatched in a minute. Every once in a while, I get something that's just really challenging for photos and somewhat for video. Although I do think the actual video portion's a touch more realistic than my swatches. This is one of those jelly type finishes that gets so very drowned out in a photo. Ocean Bonanza is described as a deep violet base with black to red shifting shimmer and hollow magic flakes. So true jelly finish here. You can stop at 2 coats if that's your preference. It will have a softer type of feel to that violet base. Personally, I think 3 coats is perfect. Even my full hand shot here does not do this justice. There is a ton of depth overall, and the hollow flakes just give this starry looking appearance. And in person, that black to red shifting shimmer is quite noticeable. Lime Zest is described as a light lime green base with red to gold to green aurora shimmer and red to pink, purple color shifting flakes. This one does glow in the dark, a bright aqua. Now, I want to note there are, I believe, 3 glow-in-the-dark polishes in this collection, and each of them I did charge with a UV nail lamp. That is one way to sort of kickstart glow-in-the-dark polishes, or a very bright LED light. Whatever you've got on hand, even a regular lamp works too. In my opinion, I think charging them works the best, and that way you'll scare the hell out of yourself at nighttime when you forget you're wearing a glow-in-the-dark polish. Lime Zest is also a very true jelly-like finish. It is very much on the sheer side, so you will see a visible nail line if you have a free edge of some sort. This will dry down very harsh and a touch textured from the glow-in-the-dark pigment, so use a glitter smoothing top coat in addition to your glossy top coat. Melon Punch is described as a delicate melon orange base with gold and pink shifting shimmer, hollow flakes, and a hollow micro glitter. We have a somewhat jelly finish going on here too, along with this whole just general jelly vibe. However, this one comes in quite opaque on that 3rd coat. If you tend to polish on the lighter side, I could see maybe the tiniest bit of your visible nail line popping out, maybe in super bright lights, but it's just not that noticeable. Not enough to warrant a blurring base coat of any sort. Again, I will also suggest 3 coats and a glossy top coat to finish this one off. Seashell Surprise is an off-white base with hollow micro glitter and hollow flakes. Recently, I've been reorganizing my Helmers and deciding to clean out a bunch because I don't want to purchase any more Helmers. I have literally thousands of bottles of polish. And as a sidebar, I have to note that milky glitter white type of polishes like this always steal my heart. They're so palette cleansing and satisfying as you build them up. And this is definitely in that category. It's jelly-like on application. You will see a touch of your visible nail line if you have a prominent one or if you're wearing falsies like myself, but it's intended to be like that. And the sparkle from the hollow flecks are very fine particle, so it's just subtle and clean looking. Aqua Bliss is a powder blue base with shifting aurora shimmer and hollow flakes. This one glows in the dark green. Again, I did charge this with a UV nail polish lamp, a gel lamp, to get the glow in the dark photo shown here in just a moment. We have yet another jelly type of base, and this one built up really well for me at 3 coats. Again, if you tend to polish on the lighter side, my disclaimer of a visible nail line will apply here too. If that bothers you for any reason, you can use a nude to you cream color or a blurring base of your choice. I had no issues with texture or anything like that, so any glossy top coat is perfect to finish this off. Berry Clash is described as an intense red berry base with multi-chrome shift and ultra chrome chameleon flakes. This one was really interesting to me and how it built up. So again, jelly finish. You may be able to stop at 2 coats, your preference, but to intensify that true multi-chrome pigment, that shimmer here, I would strongly suggest going up to 3 coats. You will have a touch of thirstiness and texture from those multi-chrome flakes. So finish with a light coat of a glitter smoothing top coat underneath your glossy top coat to plump it up, as this will have a harsh type of dry down. It's just one of those types of jellies that you want to plump it up to give you that jello-like effect. Super interesting looking. I don't think my swatch photos did it justice, so please refer to the actual full hand shot of the video for what I'm seeing in person. The shimmer itself has this beautiful pinky burgundy type glow at more extreme angles. Sunshine Sparkle is a solar polish that goes from white to purple when exposed to UV light with aurora shimmer, black micro shreds, and clear chameleon flakes. We have another softer type of buildup going on here. I would describe the base to this as being a true stark white of the light bordering on sheer variety. Again, you will see a visible nail line if you have one, falsies or natural nails, whatever. And this one dried down quite flat and a touch textured, so super thirsty type of dry down, which is indicative to these special effect type pigments like solar polishes. And I would suggest a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. In the sunshine or in a UV light, which is what I was using on the video here, you will see it turn over to this lovely, deeper type of purple. Now, UV lights will make that purple deeper, so in the sunshine, you'll get a lighter type of purple. Seaside Skittles is a light ultramarine blue with chroma shifting shimmer and hollow micro glitter. This one glows in the dark blue. I really liked this one. It's got that soft type of buildup to it. And to my eyes, I feel like this one has an almost periwinkle type lean to the base color. On the video here, you can see those little chroma shifting shimmers. They're of this smaller particle size, so it gives you this almost twinkling-like effect. In bright lights, you'll see them come off pink, like what you're seeing on the video here, and they almost kind of mix in really well with that fine particle micro glitter going through this too. I did finish with a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat, as this also dried down very thirsty and quite flat and matte. Coral Collision is the last one for the Mismatched Summer collection. It's described as a bright jelly magenta red base with gold to lime to pink color shifting flakes and red to pink to purple color shifting flakes. I know this is going to get incredibly skewed across monitors, so just in case it does, I will completely agree with the official description. To my eyes, I feel like the video is capturing it just a bit better than my swatch photos. Red in general is my Achilles heel for my pictures. It's just my camera doesn't like them for whatever reason. I think this is a true magenta. It's like a hot, searing type of magenta pink, if that makes sense. I'm going to suggest 3 light coats and a glossy top coat to plump this up and give it that strong jello-like appearance. And we're going to go into the Road to Fall collection now. These are going to be $12.50 each, or you can grab the full 6-piece set for $73. Starting off with A-Maize-ing. This is a chartreuse jelly base with shifting shimmer, blue to purple aurora shimmer, UCC flakes, and iridescent chameleon flakes. So we are still staying on this jelly-ish type of train, but it does build up to this wonderful, very satisfying type jello-like appearance at 3 coats. Across the board, regardless of whether you are rocking some type of length to your nails or shorties, I really think 3 lighter coats will flatter this one best, giving you that mosaic pond-like effect where you'll see the flakes going in between your coats. I will suggest a somewhat thicker glossy top coat to plump it up to, again, give us that jello-like finish. This is going to play up so much against your respective skin tone. Against me, I felt like it kind of almost blended with me. Hey There is a white jelly base with pastel aurora shimmer, gold flakes, and UCC flakes and mermaid flakes. So this one, yes, it starts off on the very soft, almost milky type side, but the way that it applied, it was like a crelly. So we've got this plump, squishy, like, it's not really like a jelly per se. It's squishy and has a bit of a bounce to it like a crelly. So again, I will suggest 3 coats here to maximize that overall buildup. And if you have a super prominent free edge, you might see your visible nail line. So my disclaimer applies for that here too. And you may want to also finish with a glitter smoothing top coat in addition to your glossy top coat, as it was quite thirsty. Spice Spice Baby is an orange jelly base with chroma shifting shimmer, fairy flakes, and red to pink to purple color shifting flakes. Speaking of this time of year with the chartreuses, the mustards, I know those typically tend to be very popular colors for fall, but I am so hella picky on them. And Spice Spice Baby is definitely in that category. I feel like I'm very, like, to me, true medium toned with a very yellow or rather goldish warm undertone to me. And this type of color tends to, I guess, really just play up against my warmth to my tone. So for that reason, I will just note that it's just going to play up against your respective undertones, etc. I'm going to suggest 3 coats and a glossy top coat, and this one is also a true jelly finish. Apple of My Pie is described as a bright cherry red with red to gold microflakes. For a jelly, this one had beautiful opacity, as you can see on this first coat. It was very satisfying to apply. I'm still going to suggest 3 coats to build it up. You, again, might see just the slightest bit of your smile line peeking through. So the cream disclaimer or blurring base coat applies here as well as the other jellies in this video. Now this will dry down on the thirsty side because we've got this larger particle, at least to my eyes, larger particle type Aurora shimmer that is going to leave you just a touch thirsty. On my full hand shot here and my photos, you can see through my nails. So I think that gives you a pretty good idea of what type of base you would prefer to wear with it. Plaid To Meet You is described as an ultramarine blue with aurora shimmer, blue to gold micro flakes, and fairy flakes. We have another crelly type of formula. This one applied very much like Hey There, which was the milky white in this set. And it does have a harsh type of dry down. You may want to use a thin coat of glitter smoothing top coat in addition to your glossy top coat, as the flakes itself will give you a bit of just, again, thirstiness in general. I will suggest 2, possibly 3 coats. On this one, I took it to a 3rd coat. I kind of somewhat regretted that on this one. So Personally, I think 2 normal coats is going to be perfect. The flakes are of the chunkier variety too, so if you have what happened to me on that 3rd coat and the flakes just kind of slide off your free edge, just shove them back down and you're good to go. Leave It To Me is a deep turquoise green with chroma shifting shimmer, fairy flakes, and black to red ultra chameleon micro flakes. This one is my top pick in the video, or rather one of them, I should say. I really liked the trio we're about to talk about. Leave It To Me is such a flattering turquoise type of base. I will always appreciate this color. I just think it's universally flattering. And I liked how the multi-chrome flakes in this one kind of match up, or rather pair up really well with the base color. And they're of the small to small medium size. It gives you this beautiful mosaic-like effect. I think 2 to 3 coats is perfect to build up to opacity. It was quick to give me full coverage. However, it is very thirsty on dry down, so use a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat to seal this one up. And then lastly, we've got the It's Still Summer trio, and then we've also got the Polish Bling. Sandal Scandal is an intense purple base with shifting shimmery microflakes, black microflakes, and hollow flakes. This is one of those types of purples that I think is going to translate very well for this spooky season. And it's just, I don't know, I classify it in that quote unquote, that type of purple. It's just very flattering, medium type, and heavily flirting, in my opinion, with being a neon. It's just very, very intense. I do agree with that official description. It's also very jelly-like, so go up to 3 coats to build it up to opacity. I will, again, strongly urge you, go in with a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat to seal this up, as it will leave you textured and thirsty in how it dries down on its own. P.S. If you didn't watch my Coloristic Carol video from last month, she does have a glitter smoothing top coat in her shop that works fantastic. I did review that if you wanted to check that video out. Berry Hot is a neon pinkish red with shifting shimmery microflakes, black microflakes, and hollow flakes. So very much the same type of finish overall as Sandal Scandal, which also is the next one too. This base color is going to skew even worse than the bright coral from that first collection that I showed you all. So please note, in person, this is an incredibly flattering pinky red. Like, it's what I would describe as being a true neon pink. Like, it's eye-searing. It's sitting on the fence with red in how the overall color looks. Just absolutely flattering. This is going to make a really cool color for your toes too. Same disclaimer applies here, as it does dry down textured and thirsty. So you are seeing a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat on my photos and my full hand shot. Blue Skies Ahead is another one of my top picks. This is described as a bright blue with shifting shimmery microflakes, black microflakes, and hollow flakes. Honestly, my top picks for this entire video is Leave It To Me, and then this trio, and then the next one I'm about to show you all. They're all so incredibly flattering, and I don't know, I will always be a fan of bordering neons or just vibrant colors in general. Blue Skies Ahead applies very much like the previous two in this trio. It's very jelly-like, and I will strongly urge you to go up to 3 coats for opacity. You can apply these 3 as how I normally discuss reflective finishes, in that use the texture from your previous coat to adhere the next coat, and it just helps build it up even easier to opacity. Lastly, we have Bling. This is a clear base packed with silver hollow glitter. This is intended to be used as a topper or as a full coverage polish. And it does state in our PR information, please note this will dry down quite textured. I 1000% agree with that. And I also will say, polishes like this, I will always test for opacity and how we can build it up. Now, if you wanted to wet a cosmetic makeup sponge of any type, that's another way you can apply it to your nails. If you didn't want to deal with the, say, a suspension base in this, wet a sponge and just go to town sponging it onto your nails, and you'll get a super opaque way to put it on that way. But honestly, I think building it up to 3 regular coats is perfect too. The base itself is obviously clear, but it's got a bit of a squishy factor to it. So just go in lighter on your coats, and you'll definitely want to do, at least at the minimum, the icing method on your second or third coat to maximize glitter payoff. I did finish with a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat. This is incredibly sparkly in person. In my kitchen, I have recessed lights, and this looked ridiculously beautiful in them. And we're going to finish this off with the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. Ocean Bonanza is beautiful over black, but you are not doing it justice. Just trust me on that one. Same thing with Lime Zest. I don't think you're really doing it justice, but it does work, and it would also work as, say, a glow-in-the-dark topper. Melon Punch, I think you're muting the base color quite well with that black base, so it also works too. Seashell Surprise, I personally would not topper this one. I don't particularly care for milky finishes as toppers. Aqua Bliss is another one that you could possibly use as a glow-in-the-dark topper if you got creative. Berry Clash is very nice over black. You are maximizing that multi-chrome shimmer, and I think you can get really creative with matchy-match colors. Sunshine Sparkle is very nice over white. It's also going to still retain its solar transition properties. So I think you can get really creative with this and just flat out use this as a topper pretty much over any cream base. And then Skittles works very well too. So the same thing as the other two glow-in-the-darks in this collection. I think you can make it work. Please note, this one had a thicker type of application over the white cream. So personally, I would do 2 thin coats to even it out. Same thing with Coral Collision. They're just that type of jelly finish. A-Maize-ing, I was pleasantly surprised with how it looks. It takes on more of a green effect over black, kind of swampy looking. Hey There is too milky. I personally would not topper this unless you're going to do it, say, over white. Spice Spice Baby is very pretty over white. I really liked this color. I wasn't so sure how I felt about it on myself wearing it alone, but over white, I think I could probably get behind this. Apple of My Pie is very vampy over black. I think you can do quite a bit with this one too. Please note it is incredibly pigmented. Plaid To Meet You also works very well, and it just demonstrates how chunky and beautiful those flakes are. So matchy match and dark colors are going to be your friend. Same thing for Leave It To Me. You'll want to stick with darker colors and matchy match because the base color itself is quite pigmented too. These last 3 neon, I'm going to flat out call them neons. They work. However, they are jelly-like in their nature. So personally, again, I would do 2 coats over a white base if you wanted to layer them. Otherwise, maybe matchy match colors might work, but I don't know. They built up really well to opacity. So personally, I couldn't see why you would topper these outside of, say, white. I don't know. You're not doing them justice. Bling is a beautiful topper too. If you wanted a thinner looking appearance, a more scattered appearance, I should say, then you'll want to dry brush it over your base of some sort. So the Mismatched Summer collection is currently available on Colorist to Carol's website if you wanted to grab that in the event that I get this video out before the new releases. Otherwise, if I get these right on time, you can grab all of these on the launch date of August 18th. I will link you all below to that. And I do want to note that Bling and the It's Still Summer trio, those are going to be very limited edition. In our PR information, it does state that only 1 batch was mixed for the limited edition trio. So if you're wanting to grab the trio at the minimum, definitely get in the shop and grab them. I will have all this information broken down in the description box below, including timestamps if you need to go back for anything. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.